Hi guys, this is an Authentic Lens primer to get you writing and creating new stuff through your authentic lens. And you can also apply this to an existing script that might not quite meet the test of being a script that only you can write yet, which is the purpose of your authentic lens. I know for me, what I want to put into the world is my singular point of view that nobody else has and everybody can relate to. And that's what your authentic lens is. And it's also what buyers and, anybody in the position to pay you or make your project are looking for. They're looking for a script they've never read before. New, fresh, surprising, unique, fresh voice. You always hear versions of those things when you ask buyers what makes them, stop on one script in the pile and say, I want to meet this person. So let's talk about how to get you there. The real place you want to start writing scripts is from a feeling place. And I'm going to tell you why. Because that's why we go to movies. That's why we watch TV, to be taken on a human emotional journey. If it was just to look at outer space or see some cool way of storytelling, we would watch one episode or we would watch 10 minutes and walk out of the theater. The human emotional journey is what connects us to the movie or the TV show and what keeps us watching. So I was 26 and living in New York City and writing off-Broadway plays. I was also living with a guy in Brooklyn with 2 cats in a garden apartment, and we had this little family. And we were best friends, but our relationship had completely died, in the passion romance department. And yet, neither one of us were leaving. And so I didn't write a script about 2 people living in a garden apartment with cats in Brooklyn. I wrote a script about the feeling underneath it, which was, I'm stuck. I'm stuck, and I don't know the way out. And I don't know the way forward. My play was about 5 people in Port Authority bus station waiting for a bus from New York to DC, and the bus is delayed. So we get to spend time with these people in the kind of like communal area and get to know them. And not only are they literally stuck in Port Authority, but each one of them has their version of I'm stuck and I don't know the way forward going on in their life. And that's what the play is about. We get to know these different versions of stuck. And by the end, the play shows us the way forward for 4 out of 5 of the characters. The 5th one kind of ends with that question. And that's kind of the whole question of the play. Everybody has some version of like an existential question that they ask themselves on a daily basis. So that's actually my second authentic lens tool for you is I want to ask you, what question do you ask yourself in your head every single day? Some version of it. And you're probably not asking it out loud, to be honest. It's probably just kind of on repeat loop, or it just like comes in and goes away and comes back the next day or a few days later. That question, if you can identify it, and maybe you can do that through journaling for a week consistently, do morning pages, see what starts to emerge every single day if you're not aware of it. For me, it's some version of right now, like, am I going to be a mother? Am I going to be a mother, or is time just going to pass and I go down a different path? And I don't know the answer, but that is what I'm not thinking about it all day long, but in the back of my mind, that question is ever present. And what I want to tell you is that when you find that question for yourself, please use that as the question for your lead character in your pilot or in your feature. Because if you do, I can guarantee you that the human emotional journey of your character is going to contain all of you. And it's going to translate to the reader, who is lucky enough to read this super authentic human emotional journey that they can relate to, because all of you is in it and it's real. Often that question comes up in the pilot. Most of my clients write TV shows, and often the question of the pilot is your kind of daily mind churning question, or the question of the screenplay. So you can use that question both in building your lead character and actually in your story to kind of get you going, because it's not a question that's going to be solved in one episode, or one, it might be solved in a feature because things are finite with features, but in a TV series you might be asking that question the whole series, or you might be asking it for season 1 and then season 2 has a different question, just depending on what you're thinking in terms of scope and format. All right, guys, so you are armed with some Authentic Lens raw material, and you've also done, honestly, what I think is the most important thing, which is identifying the most meaningful question for you now in your life, and then making sure that your script or your lead character is asking that question so you can be 100% engaged in it, and your human emotional experience that you're currently going through is on the page.